just tuned in to NNUTS Podcast. Yeah, that's right, NNUTS. Nothing new under the sun. So make sure you tune in, because this is where it's at. You don't want to miss it. You hear me? Let's go.
Hey, check out my bro on NNUTS. Nothing new under the sun.
What's up? This is your boy Brian, and I'm back like I never left. So check this out. This is still nothing new under the sun, but I'm putting a little twist to it. This is my market report, right? I listen to a bunch of news, and I listen to the analysts, and they tell me about the economy, and they tell me how good the economy is, how questionable the economy is. But I wanted to put some of my flavor on it, right? Because what I found out is that, like, there's a difference between where I grew up economy and the American economy. Although they're part of each other, but it's a dichotomy of the two, right? So the first thing I wanted to talk about was, like, there is a few bubbles that I feel like that's going to pop. The first thing that I would like to bring up is we have a lot of people going to the hospital. The hospital is getting, like, overworked, and they doing a bunch of billable hour things, right? And then there's a lot of people dying, right? And then I'm wondering if there's a lot of insurance. Like, if you look at this pandemic, it affects a lot of the poor people more. And I say this to say that there will be some bills coming, and I'm not sure who is going to pay those bills. I'm not sure how they're getting paid right now. So the flip side of that is what is going on with healthcare? Is healthcare going to, like they're going to charge us all for it? Like, is it going to be? I just have questions about, and if anybody can answer me, I have questions about this bubble. Like, what happens when all these hospital bills come due, and, like, these man, they sell it to collection agencies, and the collection agencies are relentless. I've seen, like, dealing with collection agencies myself, and seeing them sue you, seeing them come after you 5-6 years later. You know what I'm saying? These bills and things could float the economy in a whole different perspective, because if you got enough bills, I'm sure you're probably going to file bankruptcy at that point, right? Or somebody's not going to get paid, and then what happens, right? So that's a bubble that I see popping. The other bubbles, I've seen a lot of people get that unemployment and have more money than they ever had in their whole life, right? 9 times out of 10, I probably don't think any of them got taxes taken out of it, right? So then there's your other thing. What are people going to do when they get a tax bill instead of a tax refund? If you did not get taxes pulled out of your unemployment, and your unemployment was so much more than what your employment was, where do you end up at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to know, where is this money coming from? The stock market is doing really well. The Main Street, I don't think, is doing well at all. I think there will be a bunch of closures, and I think, like, with this rent, like, being a landlord and stuff, and rent not being paid, like, who is going to eat that? And I say that to say, as these properties become available, because I can't afford to absorb months of not paying rent. I can't do it. It is really tedious, and I don't know why I can look at you and smile about it now, but I can't afford to go that long without rent. So what happens? You get evicted, people get evictions on their credit, and nobody wants to rent to a person that has an eviction on their credit. So then what happens? I think the pool as a whole of rentals goes down, and then if having an empty house is worse than having a nobody in the house. But then if things don't stabilize out, what happens? So I just would like to point out in my market report and what my market analysis is that we are not out over this hump. I'm worried about taxes. I'm worried about hospital bills. I'm worried about bankruptcies, and I'm worried about rent. And I'm also worried about these forbearances for mortgages, right? I take advantage of a forbearance, right? Do it. But at the same time, like you still got to pay all that money back. You gonna wait to get your taxes back? Oh, did you get unemployment? Did you get it taken out of your unemployment? Were you on unemployment longer than you were employed this year? These are all things that I'm trying to tell you that I'm not sure people are pricing into the economy, and it's dominoes. Everybody is dependent on everybody. Housing, great right now, but what happens if it's not great? Like, what happens if we get 30% vacancy rate on rentals? Retail is dead, right? Retail is not going to be the same. Now, I'm not saying that people won't be brighter and stronger and find out better ways to shop or whatnot, but retail is a dark horse, and all that real estate that it has. What would we replace it with? You got people moving out, sprawling out. These retail shops. What do we do with it? So I don't want to be all doom and gloom, because the stock market is good. If you invest in the index funds, or hopefully you ride that wave. I just worried about, equities is the only place where you're gonna get some money at, right? Because interest rates are low. Nobody's paying high. Nobody's giving you any interest on your money. So where do you go? Where else can you go? I think what the market will do is you'll see a lot of people buying up real estate and maybe just holding it because it's like gold. I got Bitcoin that I've been having for a while, and I see that that's going bananas. But is it a pump and dump? I've seen it go 17,000, and then I've seen it go back down to 5. So as fast as it goes up, it can go down. You buy gold, but for real, I'm not sure. Not sure that's going to keep the butt low. I'm not sure if that's going to stabilize your market either. I'm not sure if that's a safe bet. So you say, what's safe? I guess I'm asking you. What I'm going to continue to do is I'm still tech heavy because that's where I work at. I am still looking at value and property. I might pick up some more real estate if the opportunity presents itself. So I figure you never gonna make more land. So yeah, that's where I'm going. I think we're being smarter. I think the economy is where we would go out and pay for services. We are now buying things for our home, little knickknacks. Hopefully you buying knickknacks that can keep their value and maybe sell it on eBay later for a profit. I see economy flowing, and I'm hoping that Congress do their job and pass some stimulus and get some money into these people, invest in these people. Hopefully, I will invest in some infrastructure projects. So I'm looking at some municipality bonds. That's where I'm at. So that's my hood analysis for you. And if you have anything that you want to add or you want to talk about me, I'm here. Like, subscribe, hate, dislike. Peace.
Nada nuevo bajo el sol.